You know you clapped for me, didn't you? But I don't like that clap. I want you to clap for me differently. Right? So I'm going to show you how I want you to appreciate me. You start with a small one. Wow. Then you go a bigger one. Wow. Then you bring the house down. Wow. So appreciate me and let me see now. 1, 2, 3, let's go. A bigger one. And the biggest one. Wow. 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 Yes, my name is Joe Jackson, and it's a real pleasure to be here today for this event. And I got called up by a wonderful woman, Martha. And she convinced me to come all the way from Tema to be here with you today. So I'm pleased to be here. My name is Joe Jackson. And you heard all the fancy noise about me, but first of all, I come from a generation that was born some 60 years ago. I come from a generation of your fathers, and for some of you, even your grandfathers. I was a pioneer software entrepreneur in Ghana, right? And one of the proudest things I did was that as far back as 2003, with a partner of mine, we had a company called the Soft Tribe, which we started in 1991. And in 2003, we sold 40% of the company for $1 million. Wouldn't you say, wow? A bigger one. And the biggest one. I've done a lot of things. I moved to Nigeria, set up a software house, did some exciting things. But one of the things I do these days is to talk about Ghana and talk about where we are, talk about the economy of Ghana, and the problems that we are facing as a country. The problems scare me. They frighten me. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and I really don't know what to do. You know, the problems start from the fact that I see so many of you here. Going to school. And the promise is that if I go to school, if I'm diligent, after school, I'll get a job. As a country, we fail that promise. And the sad thing is that 40% of our graduates don't get a job even 3 years after school. That scares me. I'm worried about how much debt we are carrying as a nation. Me, I'm too old. I won't pay some. But you will pay. You are young. You will pay. And the debt will come to you, and it will be like a stone sitting on top of your head. I worry about how we waste money in public and how successive governments waste money. I worry about corruption, how it has eaten into the fabric of our society, and we are so very corrupt. I worry about this, our partisan politics. MPP, NDC, MPP, NDC. I worry about even some of the big things like global change in the world and how to affect us. It scares me. But you know what? I want to tell you a story. And I want to tell you a story from the Bible. I want to tell you a story from the Bible. And this story is the story of David and Goliath. And David and Goliath is an interesting story. Look at this. And his older brothers. You know, David was a young man, brave. Very much like some of you I see here today. Young, looking after sheep. He was a shepherd boy. Can you imagine? That's the lowliest of the low. But here's the thing. David took his work seriously. So even though he could have given an excuse as a shepherd boy to say, oh, the lion came for one of the sheep, or the bear came for the sheep, David, even though the bear could have killed him, fought the bear, fought the lion, and protected the sheep. And David then went to visit his brothers. And the Israelites were being taunted by this giant. Everyone dreaded the giant. David offered to fight the giant Goliath. Now, here's the thing. David was offered a sword and a shield and armor. And when he tried to move, it didn't work. So David took what he could, and then what? Bam! He killed Goliath. Let's look at what happened. David is young. He's a dude, isn't he? Young woman, young lady, doing some lowly job. But David showed excellence. David did not blame WAEC for failing his exams. David did not blame some uncle or auntie for not helping look after him. David did not blame the economy. David did not give any of the excuses that we can give as young people for not being excellent. David didn't give an excuse. He fought the lion. He fought the bear. And David had faith. He had faith. He could stand before the lion and believe that God will give him the power to overcome. David had faith in God and his own abilities. But I want you to remember this. David applied the technology that he knew and he was comfortable with. David did not fight with the weapons of his father. He did not fight with the weapons that they gave him. He fought with the weapons that truly he was comfortable with. David used the technology. So, when I look at Ghana's problems, I'm scared. The unemployment, the excessive public debt, the public expenditure, the corruption, the partisan politics. I'm scared. And this morning when I was reviewing Twitter, there was a new hashtag that was trending. Is Ghana finished? Is Ghana finished? Because we are scared, aren't it? My generation, we are scared. But you know what? I tell you this. The ones who are going to solve our problems are sitting right here with us. You are going to solve our problems. You are David for my generation. And what scares me should not scare you. And in 1 Timothy chapter 4, it says, let no one despise your youth, but be an example to believers in the word, in conduct, in love, in spirit, in faith, and in purity. The problems that scare me, the problems that bring forth the hashtag, is Ghana finished? You can fix it. And how will you fix it? You fix it because you are young. You are young. You're a dude. You're almost naive. You are not as beaten down as we are, as cynical as we are, as greedy as we are, as corrupt as we are. You're young. And you can fight Goliath. You can fight and solve these problems. But to do that, you have to show excellence. Whatever you do, however difficult it is, you have to persevere. You have to show excellence. Like David. When my first daughter was very young, we went to the beach once. And when we got there, we said, today we won't enter the water because it's very stormy. And before I noticed, she had taken off her hand, right, and run into the water. And then we had to quickly run and get her out. Because she was young. She was not scared. I'm scared. I'm worried. You are in a different space. You can face those problems that we think are unsurmountable, that scare us. But you have to work with excellence. Approach your education with excellence in mind. Approach that job in your home with excellence in mind. Approach the job after school with excellence in mind. And have faith. You need to build your faith. And you build your faith through simple things. Meditating on the religious word. Fellowship. Working for your faith. But most important of all, you need to use the right technology. You see, my generation, we say one district, one factory. Maybe, just maybe for your generation, it should be one district, one hub, a technology hub. Maybe for your generation, it shouldn't be one village, one dam. It's one village, one internet center. Maybe for your generation, those slogans are dead and you shouldn't listen to us. Because your generation, your tools are your phones. Your tools are your tablets. Your tools are your laptops. Those are your tools. And those are the tools you should get to know. Me, my generation, we wear shields and armor. Your generation, you swing. Not a catapult, but you swing your phone. You swing your phone. You go to battle with your phone. And I have a charge for you. Wherever you are, I want you to lift up your mobile phone. Lift it up. Lift it up. Let's see your mobile phone. Let's see each one of you who has a phone. Let's lift up that phone. I want you to wave that phone. Swing that phone. Wave your phone. Swing it. If you have the torch, put it on. Put on your torch and wave it and swing it. Yes, I want to see the lights on. I want to see the lights on, because these are the lights that will save this country. These are the lights that will solve this problem, our problems. I want you to wave it. And as you're waving it, I have a charge for you. Your charge is this: let not this be a tool of entertainment. Let this not be a tool for pornography. Let this not be a tool for any of that. Let it be a tool that empowers you. A tool that gives you knowledge. A tool that brings you increasing wisdom. That's what I have to say to you. And if you are here, I want you to stand up. I want you to stand up. And I want you to make a pledge this day, this 20th of August, at this Youth Empowerment Summit. I want you to make a pledge. And I want you to repeat after me. All of you. I pledge with all my strength, with all my heart, with all my soul, with all my mind, to use my phone, to use my tablet, to use my laptop as a tool of empowerment, as a tool of knowledge, and as a tool of wisdom. So help me God. Please be seated, and thank you very much. No, you failed though. What do you do? A bigger one. And the biggest one. Wow! Thank you very much.
Moving ahead to our second speaker, I introduce to you Madam Felicia Edem Atipo. She is a 47-year-old woman, a politician and an aviator, and as well an entrepreneur. She is a mother of 4 children. She received a secondary education at the Ola Senior High School in Ho, Volta region. She again obtained stenographer secretary from Social Advance, now Accra Institute. She further studied photography at Temple University in Japan as her first degree. Edem had her second degree in Ghana at AUCC, where she studied strategic communication. Currently, she holds a master's degree in entrepreneurship from Methodist University College. In 1999, She worked at the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority as a secretary. With hard work and consistency, she is currently the first female aircraft marshaller. Please, let's give her a round of applause here. She is currently the first female aircraft marshaller in Ghana Airports Company. These are some of her awards. Aviator Awards 2022, the Dubai edition. She won the Building the Gap Between Aviation and Tourism Award. Aviator Awards 2019 for supporting the drive to bridge the gap between aviation and tourism. She also won the Ghana's Most Inspiring Women's Award in 2019 as the most inspiring woman in aviation industry. She also won the Dare to Aspire Award in the Dare to Aspire Women Summit 2019. Many citations of honors from various institutions has also been given her. She has career in the following. She is the founder of ECHO, focused on women and youth empowerment, Founder of Let Single Parents Smile, which focuses on struggling single parents. Works with the Ghana Airports Company Limited with 23 years of working experience, and as I stated, she is the first female aircraft marshaller. With a resounding round of applause, I introduce to you Madam Felicia Edem Atipo.
Good morning. I'm so privileged and honored to be here. Thank you, Mata Inspire Foundation. In fact, I think she called me about 3 months ago, and I've been counting the days. I said I have to be in Tamale, and I'm really, really excited. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm the first female aircraft marshaller in Ghana. I started my dream, as you know, all of you had dreams. I wanted to be a musician, a celebrity. That is the dream. I guess everybody has that. We were in school, we're doing drama, we're doing acting, we're dancing. No, it was a dream that would become one of those celebrity actors in Ghana. Then along the line, I realized that because of that, I started playing the keyboard in church, singing, dancing. And then I went to secondary school. And as lazy as I am, I don't want maths, I don't want science. I just did. I hope, I'm communicating, right? Okay, so let's do a little bit of literature and then typing. Because of my hands on the keyboard, I can really type. Those times you use the typewriter. Okay, why don't I become a secretary? And then I became a secretary. And then I found myself in the technical world. It's because the world is changing. Very soon, secretaries will not be invoked anymore. Because now our bosses know how to type their own letters. Our bosses know how to record their own meetings. So I don't need to be a secretary. I found myself in that field. How many of you know who an aircraft marshaller is? Okay. So I want to just take about 2-3 minutes to let you know that job. Because it's one of those jobs that people really don't know about. When it comes to aviation industry, it's either you're a pilot or an air hostess. So as a secretary, as an aircraft marshal, I just want to go who an aircraft marshaller is. When you go to the airport, you see somebody, when the aircraft comes, you see somebody holding the bat, right? And then it tells the plane to come because you are the eye of the pilot. because of where the cockpit is, he cannot see the ground. So that is me there, marshalling an aircraft to come straight to the bay. And then we have signs. Because we can't talk, we have signs. So when you hold the bat, and then you hold it this way, he knows he's telling you that just keep coming. And you see there is a yellow line. I have to make sure the ties on rightly on the yellow line. Okay, so I tell the pilot to keep coming. And then when it's on the yellow line and there is a mark there, I tell the pilot to stop. And it stops. I'm the one who tells the pilot to hold the brakes. I'm the one who tells the pilot there's going to be somebody who will put the chalk. So wait. When the person puts the chalk, then you can release your brakes. I'm the one to tell the pilot to start your engine when you are departing because he doesn't see anything on the ground. So I communicate with the pilot with the bats. And then we also have the control room. And the control room is where I communicate with control tower and the men on ground. So any information that I want from the pilot, I give it to the control tower, and the control tower gives it to the pilot. And so it goes that way. And then we have languages that we speak. You can't just take the radio and speak. It's enormous. Apart from that, this is the video I want to show you a night mashallah. We have the bats and then we have the wangs. So if they can play. And then we'll start. I make sure the pilot sees me. I think it didn't play. Okay, so we will do that. So I think I have given you a fair idea of what an aircraft mashallah is. Growing is all about growth. When I started, I told you my story. What I wanted to be in future. It's not always what we want that we get. It's just that our schooling is paving way for us to always, when we want to make certain ideas, it try and then move us and shape us to that place. We are not stagnant. You need to grow. And then we are saying TVET. I have a son who is now 18 years. That is my last born. Yes, my firstborn is 26. So he's in school. So when he vacates, he goes and learn carpentry. I gave him option. You see that you go and learn carpentry, learn how to cook, or your IT stuff. He said, okay, I'll take carpentry. So when he's on vacation, he goes to the carpentry shop. Because I know that one day he will finish and will not get a job. He will finish and get a job maybe in 4, 3, 5 years. And I don't want him to get stranded. So when he can do the carpentry job, at least he will fall on the carpentry. And now, as IT stuff, you will design your chairs on your laptop or your tablet, about line. And then you go on. Okay? I'm not going to focus too much on the skills. Because I believe by now, you should be able to do whatever you want to do. If you want to braid hair, you should learn how to do it. You want to sew, you should learn how to attach to your certificate. Now, is the soft skills we need. What are your soft skills that you can use? If you know how to do, you can bake, and you have bad attitude, nobody buys your product. Your communication is poor. Your attitude is poor. You don't respect. Nobody can buy that. So now you have to learn your communication skills. When we were in school, we had students. When she talks now, you all believe. I'm not really like talking. So why can't I partner with that lady that she can sell my products for me? And I'll give the person a cut. Because when she holds your product, she can sell it, she can communicate to people, and then they'll be interested in the product. It comes with teamwork. Most of the time, because of greediness, we all want everything for ourselves. But now we have a stage where we need to partner. We need to do networking. So how do we partner? Who are your friends? I want a friend who can influence me positively. Like, I know she can communicate very well. I know she can sell very well. And I know I can bake very well. Honesty plays a role. So if I'm able to have that friend who will be honest with me, and then say, look, our partner, bake the bread, I will sell them, and I'll get my mission. Networking. Most of the time, we the youth, what we do is, when we see people here, oh, I want you to be my friend. Let's take a selfie. But then she go and put it on the status. It ends there. Felicia is a friend to Auntie Buna. It ends there. That is why it ends there. Uncle Joe has come here. Oh, let me take a picture with you. He takes a picture with Uncle Joe and it ends here. No networking. These are some of the opportunities we need to network. You WhatsApp, I have this idea. Can you help me? He says, okay, you are in Tamale. Please connect to this man and he will help you. By the time you realize, Felicia is doing certain things because he was able to network with Uncle Joe. But we don't like networking. Time management is also a problem. If you really want to have soft skills, your time management, you need to do something about it. Because now, everything is technology. Now, we don't really sell too much on the market. It's all about online selling. He goes, you see that Akosia has baked bread. Oh, I want some. Please, can I deliver it to you? He said, okay, when? 10 o'clock in the morning. 12 p.m., the bread too has still not come. And you're like, oh, madam, I'm sorry. No, I'll go to the next person who is baking bread. So we should be able to learn these soft skills. It's very, very, very important. If you're able to get the hard skills, you don't have a problem. Because after all, you can do all that you want to do. But if you are not able to have that soft skills, that is when there is a problem. You try everything and then you say, now I want to do office work. And in fact, I'm the best person to tell you how I regret doing office work. Because I have worked in the aviation industry and I can't even boast of a land for myself. The car I bought, I have taken loan, and every time the car is in the workshop, and every time they have to deduct me. But if I had some business to do, it would have paid off. Now you see how you saw my credentials and you clap for me. If I tell you my bank account, you weep for me. But there are some of you here, your mothers are in the market and they are making it. But we are even ashamed to say our mothers sell in the market. But we are proud to say our auntie works at the airport. Am I lying? I know her. She works at the airport. But tell me, Juma, lorry fare cry, I'm a problem. And I have a lady I was talking to, and then I told her that, you, Jack, come and sell something at the airport. Maybe sell cloth. So you know what she does? She goes to buy the cloth, let's say 4. The cloth maybe is 60 Ghana. So he comes, he gives you 60 Ghana. And then he has 3. And then he gives you 60 Ghana, 60 Ghana. So the 60 Ghana times 3 is how much? 180. So he comes to sell 180. And then the following month, you give 20, 50, 100. By the time you realize, within 1 month, she's already had a capital. You realize that? She already has a capital. So the following month she's coming for is Jara. And I said, meanwhile, I will go and credit the cloth. I'll credit the shoe. I'll credit the bag. I'll credit the wig. So by the time I realized in the month, if my salary is 1,000, I have paid all with credit. And I'm going home with how much? Maybe 500. Then I'll go to Uncle Joe Dulex Finance to go and take a loan. My life is miserable. I'm serious. My life is miserable. That is why I sat down and I told my son, look for a skill. Your mother is suffering. So I'm coming to tell you this. It's good to have education because it enhances your skills. It enhances your skills. Now, all over the world, when you go to look for a job, they won't say, what qualification do you have? They will say, what are your skills? That's all. What are your skills? It's terrible. I had job at Civil Aviation, not because I was secretary, because they were looking for an organist to manage the choir. So when they saw my hobby and say I'm an organist, they say, "You're fun." Yes, because that is my skill. I went and checked choir niguye. Not long, the choir didn't work again, but I'm in the job. So let's enhance ourselves with the TVET. It's very, very, very important. So let's think about it. And after thinking about it, we should be able to acquire it and then add our soft skills. Our hobbies, our habits is also very important. Our free time, what do you do with your free time? Positivity. How do we think, oh, I'm positive, I can do it? It wasn't first I want to tell you how I became an aircraft marshal. I don't think you want to go through that. But you have to be consistent and then be positive. And all these ideas that I'm showing, I believe it will work for you. I want to show 2 videos, leadership skills. Now, who remembers the football for 2016, Germany? Were you there? Germany. 2016, when we had Germany World Cup, and Samoa, no, not Samoa Jan, Stephen Appiah was there.
Between Italy and the Czech Republic, because they know if they... The fight, the high, pushed by Onyewu. On Wayne has lost out here.
I've not recovered from that penalty. Who has recovered? I have not. Okay, let's look at Asamoah Gyan. Asamoah Gyan is a loving baby for Ghana. We all love Asamoah Gyan. Okrampo now, Jack, everything is happy. Okay, he was our captain. Please pause. He was our captain, so he was the leader. All Asamoah Gyan needs is take the ball, stand there, and start dancing. Asamoah Gyan was thinking about himself. Seriously, he goes the shot. He doesn't even want to think about anything because he knows, oh, he's so good, so fine. The next thing is, he's dancing, and we are all dancing. Okay, so there was a penalty. Look at it carefully. When they were talking to the referee about the penalty, Asamoah Gyan was not there. Do you know that? He was looking for the ball. When we were thinking about the penalty, he was not there. And then you realize that somebody took the ball and bounced it, and Asamoah Gyan went to look for the ball. Because that, the time I saw, I had to come and dance. Okay? And everybody was like, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Ghana, we are making it. It's a penalty. And then Asamoah Gyan just took the ball. Without thinking about anything apart from himself. It's serious, so. Without thinking about anybody. Asamoah Gyan just took the ball. So you realize that all he wanted was the opportunity. Without thinking about me, who was far away in Japan. And that was what possible. And that was what I wanted to make also Ghana popular in where I was. Asamoah Gyan just bam. And you realize that if you watch so closely, he He didn't even look at the ball that the ball didn't score. He was going to dance. And then he realized that, Jack, I made a mistake. And up to now, he's looking for the opportunity to wrong that right by making exercises for us to say he should go and play this time. But lie. The opportunity, you had it. And that is what I want to tell the youth. Take your time and focus. When you are doing something, think about me. Think about your mother. Think about Ghana. Think about yourself, your family. What I'm coming to do, is it right? What will I do if I don't do it right? And up to now, I'm not a football fan, but I've still not recovered from that thing. And I believe he also not recovered because he wants to make it right.
One last one.
And that is some of the leadership skills we are talking about. As a leader, it's not about yourself. It's about the people around you. It's about your country. I always tell people that now life of success is not the issue again. No. If you are successful, so, but the life of significance, the life to impact people. And that is what it is. Go and watch American Got Talent. And during the break, they tell them that, they'll give the mic to people who want to sing. And some of the judges, they don't really like it. So that's why they'll go and do their coffee and come back. So there was this young girl in the crowd. And then they said, last one, who wants to sing? And the girl said, I will sing. And that was the breakthrough for this young girl. I think a 13 or 11-year-old girl. Because even though she didn't get the opportunity to be on the stage or go for audition, she has been singing and singing and singing, and that opportunity came and she grabs it. Let's watch it.